Hey Gemini, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I hope that you're all doing well. Just know that I send you much love and light, and I'm truly thankful to have you here with me today. If it's your first time to my channel, welcome. My name is Lynn, and this is Passionate Heart Tarot. So this is going to be your love reading, Gemini, for the month of March. So let's take a look and see what is coming in for you all. But first, I do want to look at the present and see what the energy is like around you guys. But before I do, just want to take a moment to invite the white light of the Holy Spirit into the reading. All right, Gemini, so let's take a look and see what is your love life currently looking like. So there's definitely this energy of giving someone another chance after a lot of reflection. Virgo energy is here, Aries energy is here, Sagittarius energy is here, Pisces is here, Leo is here. So you guys could be dealing with any one of those signs, or you could have that in your chart. But what I can see though is looking at someone differently and deciding to maybe even go back to the connection emotionally if you haven't walked away from this person. But for those of you that broke up with them, the energy around you now is like the vibe of getting back together. And I see where someone learned a lot in the time that you guys were apart. They truly have. There's been a lot of growth, a lot of maturity that is here. And the thing about this energy is that it's around you now, but for some of you, you haven't gone towards it yet. You're thinking about it, but you haven't actually done it. Someone here is thinking about it, but not putting any action into it. So this is important for you guys to know, especially if if you want to get back together with your person and they're being quiet, however this goes for whoever's watching this, I can tell you that they have grown up a lot in the time that you guys have been apart. Even if it's a short while, the emotional change and the spiritual change is very significant that's here. Because being apart made this person go into a different mindset where they're really looking at things, looking at their own behavior, seeing how immature they were, and wanting to show a different side of themselves, wanting to turn that around. So if you were thinking of giving them another chance, but you're not really sure if they've learned anything, they have. They absolutely have. But I see where someone is very stuck, not wanting, not really knowing what to do because they question things. Because I know this is someone who has done a lot of like immature things. You guys were on two different levels. As far as your emotional intelligence, that's definitely here, but there's been a lot of growth. So I want to look further into this Five of Cups because this is just about, someone really looking at the mistakes that they made, regretting it, and regretting not seeing what was, who had their back, who had their back to, so to speak, the whole time. This energy is just flying out here. This Two of Pentacles with this Ace of Swords. So again, it's just the same message of someone not speaking up, not putting any action into what they truly desire and into what they really want to show the other one. Because I see just the struggle between someone's head and their heart, not wanting to make a mistake, wanting to do something but not moving forward. So they want to get back together, but some of them haven't said it, and some of you are giving this person a chance but still realizing that it's a risk. But I can tell you that there has been a lot of growth. It could even be on your part, Gemini, seeing if you're the one who feels like you made the mistakes. It's funny because this won't quit. I keep seeing this Three of Cups over and over and over again. in reverse, it's about something coming between you guys. Could literally have been a person, someone stepped outside of the connection, or it could just be what someone else is putting ahead of their person and making a priority. I can see that that energy is, it's still there. It's very much present. It's still around you guys. So that's important for you to know. But that doesn't take away the growth that this person has had. But it's like they still are displaying a lot of the same behaviors. And I know that can be tricky. That can be tricky to hear. But it is true. There has been a lot of growth. But there's someone's energy here that they want to, I can tell you that, Gemini, they want to be able to have one thing as a priority and put it ahead of them, put it in front of them. So you'll have to be the one who looks at this person and decides if you feel like they've learned enough from the mistakes that they've made. You'll have to do that. That's important for you to know, that there's still like this energy of an interference that's around you guys. But also someone who's stuck on the other one can't let them go and is still longing to come back together. Although that interference is still there. Okay? So you have to use your own judge of character. But I can tell you that they have thought about it and they have realized the mistakes that they've made. Okay, Gemini, so I know that that's funny energy to see, and I'm always going to be honest with you about what I do see. That interference is still there. For some of you that it's, not as extreme as someone like cheating on you. For those of you that have an interference in your connection, that is, say someone is like busy with work or just putting other things ahead of their person, it's still there, but they are thinking about what that means and how it affects the other person. All right, Gemini, so that's important to keep in mind, because for some of you, there's an interference that comes between you guys and there's really nothing that you can do about it. It's like a priority, it's an obligation, it's something that someone has to do. But they are thinking about ways that they want to be there for you and the mistakes that they've made. Okay, so let's take a look and see now. What is coming in for Gemini from the rest of March? Or, whenever you come across this energy, there's no expiration date on the reading. It's meant to find you whenever it does. So let's see what Spirit shows us. So again, this Pisces energy is here. So you know what? I'm glad that Spirit is showing us that the interference is still there, although, this person is not without a conscience. Although they've made mistakes, they've thought about what they did wrong and why it was wrong, and how they can change their behavior. But I can see someone is still in the energy of feeling like there's too much competition, feeling like they can't get close to this person because of the competition, and they don't want to be bothered with it. They feel angry, they feel upset, they feel like they've given so much and they don't want to do it anymore. So I can tell you that someone's energy here, Gemini, is like they are very fed up. They are. So this could be how your person is feeling, or it could be how you are feeling when it comes to them. Because I see them trying, though. I see them trying to be romantic and switch the energy and do things to pursue the other one romantically, but it's like it keeps getting rejected. And it is very romantic energy. So someone here is putting in that effort, could be trying to like take their person out, do small gestures like thoughtful gifts and things like that. Trying to do things that are more quality as far as the time or like the messages that they send. But someone here, at least for now, they feel like they don't want to be bothered and they feel very upset with this person. They don't want to hear from them. They don't want to receive anything from them. So if you find that your person's energy is angry and very just not open, very blocked, it is because they feel like they're not a priority. So you can turn that around. It's going to require more effort for whoever needs to hear this, because there's this energy here that's like, realizing something and then really wishing they could unsee it, but they can't. So it's funny because like a sense of peace comes along with realizing the truth and then seeing things from a different perspective. The truth is going to come out about something. The truth is going to come out. No matter how much someone tries to hide it'll come to the light. And when it does, it makes this person see things from a different angle. Now, just because the truth comes out, it doesn't mean that it's something bad. It's like a realization for some of you that you are not going to be the priority the way that you want to be. And there's also something very freeing in that, because it's like, you know what, I see the truth now. I see that this is what it's going to be. It's not going to change, and I don't need to keep beating myself up about it. So I know that someone goes through this period where they're thinking about, which direction they're supposed to go in. They feel upset, they feel mad, but it's all about acceptance, especially for those that walked into this connection knowing that their person was dealing with someone else, or knowing that they had a lot of responsibilities and this is what they need to do and it's always going to be the priority. Accepting it will bring peace instead of like trying to fight it, because it's really there. It hasn't changed. So, there's a realization, and it's like bittersweet. That's why they realize it, but they wish it wasn't that way, but it is that way. So I see the truth comes out, because it's like this blindfold coming off and seeing things for as they are, kind of wishing that they didn't, but at the same time feeling relieved by it. So that's what's coming in for you guys. Realization, truth, and energy of like, it's emotional because you go back and forth. Someone does with the way that they feel. Someone is trying, though. They're trying to put in more effort. They're trying to show a different side, but it's like, will you let them? Someone might not, because I just see it being blocked. I see a lot of anger that's here, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to try. So acceptance, like accepting things for the way that they are, for those of you that walked into the situation knowing what it was, knowing what it is, it'll just bring you relief if you accept it. Then if not, you're going to have to decide what you want to do, because you can't, once you know the truth, you can't unknow it. You can't go back. All right, Gemini, I want to take a look at this Five of Wands, because I just see like a very competitive energy, like competing for affection, because there's something else that's being put in front as a priority. So the energy here is competitive, and then someone just feeling like angry and they can't be bothered. But it's important for someone to look, to look at their life and think about what got them to this place right now. And if they go in one direction, what is it going to be like? And if they go in the other, what will that be like? It's very, very important for you guys for whoever this is, to look at things from a different perspective, go out of their comfort zone and see the truth. And inevitably you will, although it feels like you wish you hadn't seen it. Even though it feels that way at first, what spirit is showing us is like there's your energy at the bottom, Gemini. So you could even be dealing with another Gemini. Even though you see that first, you will come to accept what it is. And I can tell you that you'll just find more peace if you do. All right, let's look at this Five of Wands that's here. It's just like a longing that someone has, but it's a longing that someone has to belong, to be a part of things, to be a priority. But what I can tell you, Gemini, is someone is putting in the effort to make the other one feel this way. They are, but it's up to the other person to claim it and to receive it. Someone can keep trying and trying, but if there's like a steel wall that they can't get through, they can't get through. So, I mean, it's give and take here. It is give and take, because I see the effort that's being put in, but I also see the way it's being rejected. I see the competition that's here and the way that someone is trying to pull the other one closer and say, no, look, I'm sorry for the mistakes that I've made, not putting you first or whatever this blockage is. And I wanna put in effort. I wanna show you. There is effort that's being made. But there's also a stubborn energy that's here. And it's good to know this because you can get the upper hand, especially if you're the one who knows that you tend to be stubborn. You just might want to be more aware of your emotions and your thought process. So when the time comes, you can say, well, maybe you can take a step back and say, I know I'm angry, I know I'm upset, I know I don't want to be bothered with this person, but they are putting in effort. So it's just best to like take a breather. Because I mean, how long they're gonna keep trying, but for how long? Only as long as they feel like it's actually gonna do something. So you don't want to be so hardened that you push them away when you really don't intend to. Okay, Gemini, let's look at this moon in reverse here. It's all about, so this reading is all about someone accepting the mistakes that they've made. They do. And they want to make the effort to mend the connection and come back together. And I see the energy of them trying over and over and over. But it's up to the other person on the receiving end to decide, are they going to accept this person back, or are they going to keep blocking it out? Because it's like an effort is being made, but will you be open to it? Will you embrace it for whoever this is? So that's what this reading is about. It's about being mindful of yourself and your thought process and your emotions. And when it's appropriate to let the wall down and see see the changes that they've made, because I can tell you that they've learned from it, they've grown from it. And just because something is still perceived as being it and number one, it doesn't, it's not necessarily true. It's more like an obligation. So accepting this person and what they are obligated with and what they have to do will bring peace, because they're making an effort to to make the other one feel like they are a priority, even though they feel like there's so much competition for this person's attention and affection. So that's the message from Spirit for you. I mean, it's very clear, is to, you have to see things from a different perspective. Someone needs to put themselves in the other person's shoes, vice versa will be very helpful in this connection. So that's what your reading is about, Gemini. Okay, so just know I'm going to stop your reading right there, and just know how much I love you guys. And, that's just your message as you move forward. Someone is putting in the effort, but someone will have to let their guard down in order to receive it, because they can't just keep trying over and over and over, and it's like in vain. That's not really fair. The give and take is very important for you guys moving forward in the month ahead. All right, Gemini. So just know how much I love you guys, and I thank you for being here with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. I send you all much love and light, and I will talk to you soon.